Reflection. So I found a really pretty picture for you. Ta-da. Reflections. Do you agree that there's always a reflection in a lake?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as there's stuff around the lake, right? So we've got the mountain, we've got the lake, it's totally reflected in there. So our one vocab word for today is reflection. What's the vocab word? Say it again, what is it? Okay, I want a hand in the air. Can anybody use the word reflection in a sentence? So think just for a second. Can you use the word reflection in a sentence? Okay, Jillian, what are you thinking? Oh, I'm going to repeat it. Jillian said, I saw my reflection in the mirror. Give Jillian a thumbs up. Great sentence. Good use of the vocab word. Let's get one more sentence. Can anybody else put reflection into a sentence? Go ahead, Shan.
Only vampires don't have a reflection.
Whoa, only vampires don't have a reflection. Nice use of the vocab word. Okay, so we've got to come up with a definition then. Well, does anybody want to try for a definition? When you see a reflection, think this. Jovian, what do you want to put? Wow, that was really good. Jovian said it's the image of the same thing, only backwards. I like that, Jovian. And then I like the use of the word reflection in our sentences. So maybe, I don't know about you, but I'm a I'm a one-word definition. So I like reflection, I think of one word. Can you sum it up with one word? And what do you think? Sure, that's what I think too. So whenever I think of a reflection, if I can just think of one word, I would go with mirror. Have I told you the story of my little sister and reflection? Okay, it's a silly story. So, but it makes me think of her every time I teach reflection. So a long time ago, I was in college, and she's younger than me, so she was in high school, and I was home for the weekend, probably because it was a birthday, someone's birthday. I have lots of brothers and sisters. So I was home, and I was like, how's high school going? And she's like, I like it. It's pretty good. It's high school. It's cool. I was like, that's good. She's like, but I've noticed something. I was like, what? She's like, I'm getting kind of sick of girls in their hair. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I think it's so ugly when girls part their hair on the left side. And I was like, what? You are a weirdo. And then I was like, wait a second. And I was like, I part my hair on the left side, so you think my hair's ugly? And I was like, that's the dumbest comment I've ever heard. And then I looked at her, and I started laughing super hard, and she's like, what? And I was like, you're the biggest idiot ever. You part your hair on the left side, and you just said you hate hair that's parted on the left side. So why didn't she think that she parted her hair on the left side? Tyler, how come?
Because when you part it, you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
What you see in the mirror, you're really doing it on the left side, but it looks like you're doing it on the right side.
Tyler, perfect. She was basing it on the mirror. Shake your head to my little sister. Love her guts, but sometimes she says the dumbest things. Okay, let's go to this next part. Like pictures for you, same thing. So today we're going to talk about these lines of reflection right here. So reflection, it's perfectly backwards like Jovian said. Same thing, but it's backwards. So it's evenly spaced between the side. It's like you're placing a mirror right here. And then same thing over here. This is where you're placing the mirror, and then it's looking at itself, right? The bike is looking at itself. Okay, guys, with your arms, show me this. Okay, there's a key vocab word that stands for anything going this way. Caleb, what is that vocab word? It's horizontal. Guys, with me say horizontal. 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 I gotta see your arms at the same time. Horizontal. Horizontal. Perfect. Go this way. What's this one? Vertical. Vertical. All right, let's play Simon Says. Are you ready? I'm gonna be Simon. Simon says, show me vertical. Simon says, show me horizontal. Show me vertical. I didn't believe that was good. All right, Simon says, show me vertical. Simon says, show me vertical. Simon says, show me horizontal. Show me horizontal. That was too tricky, right? Okay, guys, you're doing great. So don't forget, that comes up today. This way is horizontal, and this way is vertical. Okay, so I was getting this lesson ready for you, and I learned something. Really, I did. I have never before. There's this new word. Will you open your workbooks to page 127? Okay, page 127. I don't know if you guys remember this because it was clear beginning of the year when I introduced myself. I love, love, love to travel. So I've been to Europe a few times, and Europe is famous for their amazing old buildings, and they have tons of bees on their buildings. What's the vocab word for it? I have never heard that word before. Of course I've heard like freeze tag where you freeze, but it's spelled differently. Freeze, where you just hold your body still, is with 2 E's. So circle this in your notes. It's at the very top. Freeze. It's a pattern that wraps around the building. Now this pattern, this freeze, can be a translation. Put a box around translation. Translation is what we did yesterday. Translation, do you remember the key word for translation? It's slide. So translation is you just slide the same thing over. You don't flip it, you don't rotate it, you don't reflect it. So right above that on your notes, will you remind yourself what the key word is? Slide. So the freezes can be the same pattern, just repeated over and over, but most of the time, they are reflections. Will you put a box around that one? Guys, what's our one keyword for reflection? Mirror. Let's put mirror right there. But mirrors can be tricky. Whenever I'm trying to figure out if it's a mirror image, I just think, can I fold it? And when I fold it, is it right on top of itself? So at first, this example freeze up here, I was like, oh yeah, it's totally a reflection. But the mirror would have to be right here. But then I thought to myself, maybe not. Because if you folded this right here, don't you agree the swirly should be like right here?
Yeah.
So I would say that doesn't work, right? All right, bottom. Oh, no, sorry, middle first, and then we'll get to the bottom part. So this one, these are all freeze patterns, but it matters. Either you're going to fold it vertical, show me vertical, or you're going to fold it horizontal. Show me horizontal. So look at this one. Okay, if we fold this freeze right here, let me change the color real quick. Is it going to be perfectly on top of itself? Okay, I agree with this part, that part. I think that's good. You might want to draw that in there. That has a vertical line of symmetry. We're on page 127. Okay, does it work vertically though? Oh, duh. Yes, it works vertically, but does it work horizontally?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to like check it all at once. So this folded, yeah. Hey, is that okay to have 2 lines that work? Totally. But not every freeze pattern is like that. It's kind of like a trick of the eye, like we talked to yesterday. Those magic eyes. Okay. So at the very bottom, A. Letter A, we have to figure out, is it a horizontal freeze, a vertical freeze, or neither? So I always start right smack in the middle when I think about this. If we put a line right there, and we folded that on top, would it be perfectly on top?
No.
I don't think that one works. Okay, so vertical line doesn't work. What about horizontal though? No? So if we folded that, no, I agree, because wouldn't the swirly have to be like right there? Uh-oh. It didn't work vertically, and it didn't work horizontally, so what are we going to put? Neither. Okay. Now what we're going to do for the rest of this page, you're going to work with a partner. So slide over, chat it out, make sure you're catching your neighbor up. Page 128. Actually, I think this is 129 now. No? 128? All right, so right in the line for us, talk nice and loud into the mic. All right, Dee, will you do this first one?
For letter B, I did this line right here, and then I looked at it, and I saw that this wouldn't equal that, so that's a no. Right there. I saw that these ones folded down, so this part right here is the same right here, so that's a yes. So it's just the horizontal.
Okay, what do you guys have? Do you have feedback for? Do you have that one? Donnie, do you have feedback for?
Yeah. If you fold those two, if you fold them, will the same exact things be facing each other, or?
Look at the very far left, guys. Very far left, I think that shape is going to fold on top of itself. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, but that middle one, I don't think it will, because see how it has the 2 swirls right at the top? I think it would be right on the mirror, right at the bottom of the mirror. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
I think that's the shape that wouldn't work. So I would say neither on this one because the whole thing doesn't work. Does that make sense? got neither on that one. Good work. All right, volunteer for the next one. Guys, thanks for volunteering.
Okay, for horizontal fold, I put yes on this one because when you fold it down, it was more. And then for folding it vertically, like this way, it would work because these two are
All right, will you write horizontal next to it? Good work, Jovian. Consonant for letter D. Nice and loud, Keisha.
Okay, so
Turn the mic on, it sounds like it's off.
okay, so what I did is I just like drew a line right there to say that's horizontal. Then I looked at it, it looked pretty right, so I put a smiley face for right. And then I did it that way, and it wasn't right to me, so I did a frowny face. So it's horizontal.
How many of you agree with her on that one? Nice. Thanks for walking us through it. Consonant for letter E.
I got no because it's on the line, and if you fold it, this will like end up here. Oh, sorry. Probably want this one.
Either or.
Is that a better?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I got no because if you fold it, it'll just like kind of end up here, and it's on the line. So I thought it was no on the line.
How many got neither on letter F? All right, consonant for letter E.
So for the horizontal, I got no because if you folded it, this would be right here, and vertically, I got no because this would be right here. So I got, oh, which one am I?
Yeah, you're good. So write neither by F also. Both of them are neither. How many got neither on the last two? How many of you like, I got the freeze patterns? Maybe it's a new vocab word, but does it make sense to you? Thank you. Okay, listen closely. Next. Okay, so yes or no. Whisper with your. Okay, write it on your scratch paper once you have it. All right, tell me what you get on number 1. Yes. Nice. What you get on number, or not number 1? Letter A was yes. Letter B is no. Letter B. I want a hand in here. This is a vocab word, but not the one we're talking about today. Whisper and tell your neighbor first. Tell me what is it? Translation. Good job. So this one, no, it's a translation because it just slid. It didn't get reflected. This one is yes. Okay, let's do the same thing. The next one, there's 4 of them, but you'll be fine. Ready? Go. Number 1, what'd you get? No. Number 2? No. Number 3? Yes. All right, you said no, no, yes. What's the vocab word for number 1? Translation. What's this one? Translation. What's this one? Guys, good job with the vocab. Okay, next part. Okay, this is like we did yesterday, but we need graph paper. All right, this first one. First, we need to graph the point A, -1, 1, and then B, 2, 3, and then C, 6, 3. Okay, on your graph papers, draw your y-axis, draw your x-axis, and then graph your points A, B, and C. Don't forget to label them A, B, and C. Okay, here we go. A, back 1, up 1. B, over 2 up 3. C over 6 up 3. What kind of shape is it? Totally a triangle. How many of you have the same picture? Okay, now if you go to the directions, we have to reflect it. But the reflection is over which axis? X. With your arms, show me the x-axis. Which one is it? Like this. Hold up your arms, match mine. This one is the x-axis. So what I always did when I was your age is I kind of drew it crazy. I thought, all right, that's my mirror. So it has to be perfectly on the other side of that mirror. Now I highly suggest you go 1 point at a time. How many points at a time? 1. So I look at A, are you watching? And I think A is 1 point away from the mirror. So it's got to be 1 away from the mirror on this side. Right here, like we learned yesterday, Jovian told us about A prime. Okay, then go to a different point. So B is how far away from the mirror? 3 away from the mirror. So start at the mirror and go 1, 2, 3 away from the mirror. All right, and then C, so also 3 away from the mirror. So start at the mirror, go 1, 2, 3 away from the mirror. There is C prime. How many of you have the same reflected image? Okay, we're not done. You have one more step, but it takes 3 things to finish it. You need to write the point of every one of those triangles. What's the coordinate for A prime? What's the coordinate for B prime? What's the coordinate for C prime? The new ones, the reflected ones. Because they already gave us the original. Okay, can I get a hand in the air? Will you help us with A prime? Where is A prime? Anybody have that one yet? Joanne, go ahead. Perfect. -1, -1. I'm actually going to write it over here next to it. All right, what about B prime? Tyler, where's B prime? Nicely done. 2, -3. So B prime is at 2, -3. All right, C prime. Where is C prime? Caleb, where is it?
6, -3.
I totally agree with you. 6, -3. Now, I wrote it over there for a reason. Look at these purple coordinates compared to these black coordinates. Do you notice something about them? Anna, what do you notice?
That it's a negative one of the numbers.
Yeah. Check it. Guys, look at all these numbers. Did they stay the same?
Yeah.
But then Anna noticed something with this one. What happened to all of these ones in blue?
They changed to negatives.
They came negatives. So if you want to double check yourself, you can. There should be a pattern to it. Okay, next one. We need to graph these points. So the point P, -2, 5. Q, which is at -1, -1. R, which is at -4, 2. And S, which is at -4, 4. Okay, go ahead and graph them. So we've got P at -2, 5. Q at -1, -1. Oh, that was a close one. Here's Q, here's P. R at -4, 2. S at -4, 4. Oh. All right, our directions changed. How many of you already started reflecting? This one, we don't reflect across the x-axis. We reflect across the y-axis. So it just helps me to see the visual of it. I just make it a little bit squiggly. This is the mirror we have to reflect over. So I start 1 point at a time. P is how far away from this mirror? 2. So go 2 away from the mirror. Let's call that P prime. S is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4 away this way. S prime. P is also 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 away from the mirror. Q, 1 away. Q prime. How many of you? I got the same picture. Nice. Okay, are you ready? We have to do the same thing. We have to name the coordinates of the prime, of the reflected image. So does anybody have one of the coordinates yet? P prime or Q prime or R prime or S prime? All right, Tyler, give us one coordinate. 2, 5. Which one is it though? All right, P prime is at 2, 5. Thank you, Tyler. All right, can I get another coordinate? Caleb, go ahead. 4, 5. Which one is that? S prime. Oh, check it. I think it's 4, 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4, 4 for S prime. Got it. Thank you, Caleb. All right, go ahead, Anna. What's another one? 4, 2 for R prime. All right, Q prime. What if you didn't have the picture? You had to see it. Kaden, where's Q prime? One, negative. Okay, same as before. Do you notice something about this list and this list? All right, Nathan, what do you notice?
Well, the first list we have negatives and then
Uh-huh.
the first list they have negative.
Perfect. So the x coordinates right here were all negative and the x coordinates became positive. Interesting. All right.